Representatives of the Poland Fire Department say Monday morning that they will fight the Poland Joint Fire District's decision, and they're working to keep their Poland Fire Agency running. Last week, the Poland Joint Fire District held their monthly meeting and voted to sever ties with the village fire department. Currently, the protection for fires will be covered by Newport and Barneveld. There were no big winners at last night's Powerball drawing. That means Wednesday's drawing is soared to $815 million. There were two $1 million winning tickets sold in Georgia and Texas. The last jackpot winning ticket drawn was in May. Should there be a winner on Wednesday, they will have a choice between an estimated $815 million prize or a lump sum payment estimated at $367.9 million before taxes. Visitors to the New York State Fair have a chance to listen to music that debuted in the 60s, 90s, and 2000s today. Herman's Hermits, starring Peter Noon, make their annual visit to the fair with a 1 p.m. performance at Chevy Court. From there, Sister Hazel takes to the same stage at 6 p.m., while Lil Jon will entertain the crowd during his 8 p.m. show at Suburban Court. That's the latest. I'm Doug Callan for WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
The unseasonably cool weather will continue. Some cool mornings coming up, and maybe by Thursday morning a shot at some 30s in the northern Adirondacks. Maybe a shower lingering here this morning, this afternoon. Sunshine 72. Small chance of a shower tonight, 49. Even cooler in the North Country. Chance of a shower tomorrow morning. Then again, sunshine 72 with 40s at night. I'm meteorologist Ray Stachik at the Weather Channel, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
There's a bit of a chill out there this morning. We have partly cloudy skies, and we're currently at 55 degrees. I want to get into, yes, we are live now. It's been a morning and a half, and it isn't even 7 o'clock yet, Mark Butler. I want to go to Ryan Schmelz, who's standing by right now. From Fox News Radio, Abrego Garcia turning himself into ICE, facing deportation to Uganda. Ryan, good morning. And what do we know about this one here?
Right. So Kilmar Abrego Garcia, who, as you know, is at the heart of the immigration debate here in Washington, D.C., he was pretty much is supposed to turn himself in to authorities yesterday, and he did that. Of course, there was a press conference involved with it where his lawyer announced the next round of legal action, but he pretty much goes in there. His lawyer comes out and then announces to the crowd that he is officially taken into custody by ICE, and the crowd booed. And from our understanding now, according to DHS, he will be deported to Uganda at some point.
So it's funny. I was on I do this hit in London maybe every month or every other month, and they are just massively concerned about this immigration thing in the United States. The fact that we're deporting people to other countries, and in this case specifically has them all, because obviously, and everybody's innocent, right? Go just walk through a prison. But he, his attorney, saying he's not guilty of the things that he's being charged of. So, but I think he's off to Uganda, though. I think that's where he's going.
That's what it looks like right now. Now, there are going to be some legal challenges filed by his attorneys to block this. And look,
Right.
Challenging the Trump administration is not exactly something that is a lackluster effort, because it has been successful in the past by some people, and including this one, where his immigration flight or his deportation flight was actually ordered to be turned around, or he was ordered to be sent back to the United States. Now, the nation of El Salvador decided not to send him back, but eventually he did come back because he was facing new charges in Tennessee and an indictment. So in this case, it looks like the court battle will be next, and we'll see what his lawyer is able to accomplish.
Although I will say that Trump has been, even though there are judges that will come in and put a stop on certain aspects of their actions, it always seems like there's another judge that comes in to give it the green light. Quickly, Mark.
I had a quick question. He was brought back here to get what they call due process, go back through the legal system. Did anything happen during that process that he's now back facing deportation again? I'm a little confused.
Well, in this case, he was supposed to be. Well, originally he was deported, but it was actually a wrongful deportation. The federal government has admitted that. But so he was ordered to come back, and in this case, pretty much El Salvador said, no, we're not going to send him back. We're going to help the United States out and keep him here. Well, they brought him back to the United States to face charges in Tennessee for illegal allegations of illegal smuggling. But then the Department of Homeland Security decided to arrest him after he turned himself into ICE this week, and ultimately he now is going to be deported again.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess my question is, during that process, was there any compelling evidence that proved he was guilty of these charges, or is this just going through a series of steps?
Yeah.
Well, that's why his lawyers are filing a legal challenge again,
They're
because
saying he's not guilty.
He's still not getting that due process.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're arguing that they're going to try to ask a judge to pretty much say, okay, look, you can't deport him until he truly has been given a fair trial and given that due process. So that's what they're arguing now.
Okay. Seems like an American concept to me. Kind of.
Well, that's getting hazier and hazier, isn't it?
All right, Ryan, I know you got to go. Thank you for the time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a good one. Thank you.
All right, Ryan Schmelz from Fox News Radio. The problem you like, I'm getting all of these messages now. Here's one. I guarantee if I just walk in your house and move in, you would call the police and expect them to kick me out. Okay, that isn't what we're talking about here. However, when the administration says he's a rapist or he's the gang member, we're just taking that for granted. We would not normally do that. Usually in America, we question the government, right? And if the government says you're guilty of A, B, and C, we want a jury in front of your peers. And I understand this man is not a citizen. However, he is still entitled to legal due process, whether or not he's a citizen. So I kind of wonder where this whole thing will go, or are we going to be flip-flopping between judges all over again? One judge says no, the next judge says deport him, and we get ultimately he'll be deported.
Flip-flopping between judges and countries, apparently.
It does seem that way. And this is coming from conservative, ultra-conservative Mark Butler.
Well,
even though if you're watching him on YouTube, you would say that is not an ultra-conservative shirt that he's wearing right now. But it is in style, I will say. All right.
Cutting edge.
I have a few minutes before I got a lot to catch up with, Davey. As you know, I have had a week that just seems to not end. And I said to my wife 2 nights ago, I said, I realize, my son has a lot of recovery. Do you know, after you're done, he doesn't, I think I'm sure he's read up on this. After you're done with your jaw being wired shut for 6 weeks and the bone has healed, after that, imagine they take off the wires and say, all right, go on with your day. You're fine to go. And it does not happen that way because your jaw is no longer mobile. It has had no motion for 6 weeks. So you have to train your jaw to move again. And how it was described to me yesterday was they use like popsicle sticks. And you force your jaw to open, and they slide one in. You force your jaw to open further, and it takes a period of time to be able to accomplish this. Then they have 3 in, and you're working your way to the point where you can once again open your mouth. So this is not just a 6-week process. There's probably another week and a half to 2 weeks to go after that. So it is crazy. Anyway, saying that our and I won't bore anybody with everything that we went through, but it's been nuts. And we got through the weekend, and here we are. So I'm saying now things are calming down, right? Things are calming down. Two
Good,
things. I have
good,
two issues
good.
on my mind this morning that are just pissing me off.
All
Are
right.
you ready?
I am ready.
So through all of this, it all ends, and my daughter decides she is going back to school on the train yesterday. And the train leaves at 9:48 from Utica's train station. Mark that down, Davey, 9:48.
9:48. Okay.
So we're ready to leave, and she is baking something that she's trying to finish to take back with her for friends. And it's almost done, but it needed just a few minutes longer. I'm like, we've got to leave. We got to go. And we finally were able to get out the door. We're late, though. So as we drive out, they're paving our neighborhood.
Oh, here we go.
I'm driving along. I'm driving up the street now. Of all days, we're looking at a deadline. You get there, that train will leave. So we are driving up the street, and all of a sudden, there's a huge, freshly paved to the left. It's still smoking, or steaming, whatever that is. And then a giant dump truck coming at us. The dump truck's not backing up. We now have to back up, find a driveway we can back into so the dump truck can go by. And meanwhile, we're sitting and we're waiting and we're waiting. And my daughter's like, we're going to miss this train. And I said, well, if we didn't have to bake, we wouldn't be. Now, I will say the baked goods were really good. They were good.
I hope so.
So, but without the construction, we would have made it easily. So it took about 5 minutes to get to the. We are definitely behind.
May I ask how fast you were going?
At the time in the neighborhood, probably about 1 mile an hour.
No, once you got out of the neighborhood.
Very fast. And I got us there. The train was there. I pull into the circle. This is where I get it. I understand that we're at fault. I understand that. And I am by no means saying that we were not at fault. We were at fault. We should have been there 15 minutes before.
Mm-hmm.
We should have been there before the train arrived. We were not. So they have just shut the doors on the train. My daughter gets out of the car, runs up to the train, runs all the way to the front of the locomotive, and and we're coming behind with her bags, and there's the conductor, and he turned and he looked at her, and he got on what looked like a phone or something, and I'm assuming communicating back. So now we're making our way back to be able to get her on the train, and 2 minutes, we're standing on the platform. 2 minutes with the doors closed, with us standing there. 2 minutes. And all of a sudden, the whistle blew, and that piece of garbage took off.
Bill, your family and you should be on a made-for-TV series.
I think there is
every day.
It's every day.
But you bring it on yourself. First of all,
You're right. You're right.
Label me as an ultra-conservative.
Had we been there 15 minutes before, this wouldn't have happened. I understand.
All right.
However, the problem I have is, have you ridden a train before? Have you taken a train
yes,
somewhere?
Yes.
Have you ever been on the train when, wait a minute, we've got someone who left their bag on, stop, don't go forward. They'll stop. They'll open the door. Somebody's bag was left out on the platform. They'll go out and get the woman's bag and bring it back in. I literally saw that happen. I've seen it when we were leaving, and the doors were still open when we were leaving, and they're closing the doors as we're leaving. There is no reason why they couldn't have. We waited for 2 minutes. We stood there for 2 minutes with the doors closed. Maybe somebody can explain to me. And I am acknowledging that you're right. We were in the wrong. We were late. We got caught in construction and in the kitchen. I understand. We were late. However, are you telling me that during that 2 minute period, they couldn't have just opened the door, threw out the little stool, and my daughter would have got on the now? So now what do we do? The train has taken off. Now I get my car. I'm going down the platform chasing the train. I'm going to run this thing off the tracks. That is in my mind.
Well,
it's kind of in my head what I wanted to do.
Well, Bill, the thing is, Trump signed an executive order saying the trains will run on time.
Yeah, and they were. And by the way, here's the other part of this. They had the train leaving at 9:58, and then it was, and then it. You got to be careful because sometimes they'll leave early. There was a train recently where, and my daughter was on that train. She was there early in this case. They left 10 minutes early, and they left people behind because they had to catch up or whatever the whole thing. Anyway, the thing that bothers me is just the they could have. I've seen it before. They could have let her on. They just on this day chose not to let her on. So now what do? We hop in our car. Where's the next stop for the train?
Syracuse?
No, we're going in the other direction.
Oh.
So the next stop would have been Amsterdam. So now we're flying to Amsterdam. And Amsterdam, if you ever gotten on a train in Amsterdam, it's really nice.
It is nice.
There's a little station that has a bathroom in it, but no people. You can't buy tickets there. And you pull into the parking lot off whatever route that is, maybe Route 5, whatever it is. And you literally get out, walk up to the tracks, and right there they let you on. Like there's you don't have to walk through a ramp or walk through anything. You're on. Anyway, to say that I did not at least express myself once we got her on the train in Amsterdam, you can only imagine, did I or didn't I? Did I stay quiet or did I express myself?
Did you get a refund for the space between Amsterdam and Utica?
We should have.
I know. Write a letter. Write a letter.
Yeah, you'd have to write a letter because nobody answers the phone at Amtrak.
Well, that's everywhere.
So there you go. There you have our. So I believe yesterday put a cap on everything, and things begin to run smoothly now through Labor Day weekend. Yeah. She made bagels. Boiled them first and then baked them, and they were spectacular. Unfortunately, I didn't bring any today for you to enjoy. All right.
I think you need a few days off, Bill.
I'm thinking a holiday weekend would be
up.
just what the doctor ordered.
Yes.
Speaking of that, we'll talk to Dr. Hall this morning. There's this whole thing about this flesh-eating worm that has been found for the first time in the United States. I do want to find out all about this thing. Came from, of course, another country somewhere.
Absolutely.
But it is it can harm animals, and apparently, in this case, was found in a human, which I hope is rare. We'll get into that. Coming up this morning, Scott Walworth is running for Common Council in Utica, representing the 3rd Ward. We'll speak with him a little later on this morning. Tanya Powers in a few minutes. The DNC kicking off their summer meeting as the party is battling over voter registration struggles. There's a lot. If I'm the head of the Democratic Party, the National Democratic Party, I would think there's a lot to discuss. Right? You don't have one thing on your agenda. You got a lot of crap going on. Also, this morning, today is Tuesday. I got a whole bunch of other things. I also want to talk a little bit about the fire department in Poland. They're not ready to give up. This is, I had initially seen, I initially read this story and thought it was, they were dissolving the Poland Fire Company. It's not like that at all. Apparently, there's a commission. The commission decided to no longer use the Poland volunteer fire department, and that actually placed everybody unrepresented when it comes to fire protection. And now it's Barneveld and your town, Newport, that is it seems to be covering any potential fires that occur.
Well, I have to say it's a confusing situation because you're absolutely right. There's a fire district and then a fire department. Fire company. Yeah. And how they interact, even as mayor of Newport, I'm a little fuzzy on that.
Yeah,
It's just the situation is.
But as of right now, your fire department, which is volunteer,
yes,
is covering for any fires that occur in Poland.
Yeah, and that district goes way up into the North Country, up into the Adirondacks.
That is the other part that you could see and say, well, these are communities that are right next to each other. I mean, does Poland really need its own fire company? And the reality is that's a very large district as you go north.
Yes. Well, it's in the area, it's large. Population may not be large, but if your house is on fire, you're not going to count numbers. So,
well, and here's the other part of
help.
If you live in the country and there's a fire or a medical emergency, people in the city don't understand, I think, that it could take a half an hour to 45 minutes for an ambulance or a fire truck to get to you, depending on where you're located.
Exactly right.
And then you get up into that area, which is rural, and it could be even longer. And then you add weather conditions, and it could be a
winter
real deal.
Weather.
Yeah. All right, coming up, we'll talk to Tanya Powers from Fox News Radio in just a second. Davey, do I have another? I do. Okay, then I will. Give me 2 seconds. We'll come right back at WIBX.
Attention investors with a 401k, IRA, or retirement account. The dollar has lost over 25% of its value in the past 5 years, and it's only going to get worse. Are you prepared for what's about to happen next? We are Advantage Gold, the #1 customer-rated gold IRA company in America, and we are helping Americans prepare for the great de-dollarization by diversifying their portfolios with physical precious metals. We've partnered with former chief economist of the IMF, Kenneth Rogoff, to give away his latest book called Our Dollar, Your Problem, a must-read for investors. Call 800-741-GOLD, and we'll rush a free copy of Our Dollar, Your Problem to your doorstep and include our special gold IRA investing kit, valued at $49. The dollar is losing value fast. Call 800-741-GOLD now to get your free copy of Our Dollar, Your Problem and our free gold IRA investing kit. Supplies are limited. Consult your tax and financial professional before investing. Call 800-741-4653. That's 800-741-GOLD.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. OpenPhone gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. OpenPhone lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you and your team can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? OpenPhone automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With OpenPhone's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to coach your team and level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with OpenPhone. OpenPhone. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/free and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/free. openphone.com/FREE.
Hey man, thanks for coming so fast. I couldn't get anyone else to pick up.
Yeah, it's been a busy week. I'm not complaining though. Business is way up lately.
Wow, good for you. I've been trying to grow my accounting practice, but it's been pretty slow.
Yeah, I was in the same boat last year. What really helped me was checking out this site, mylocalcustomers.com.
Never heard of it.
Well, most people haven't. It gives you a look at how many people in town are searching for what you do, and it also provides a plan to help them actually find you.
Like online?
Exactly. It's eye-opening, and it only takes a couple minutes to get started.
Huh, well, you fixed my sink. Maybe you just fixed my business too.
Want to know how many people in your area are searching for your type of business? Start with a local customer analysis at mylocalcustomers.com. It's quick, it's easy, and it's free. Go to mylocalcustomers.com today.
That's mylocalcustomers.com. mylocalcustomers.com.
Hey, everybody in upstate New York. I don't know where in upstate New York, but thanks for listening to the Keeler Show. Never met this man. Don't know why I'm telling everybody to listen, but thank you very much. By the way, this is Larry David from Curb Your Enthusiasm. I have nothing else really to say to you, but I thank you for listening to me, tell you to listen to this man, Bill Keeler, on WIBX.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
I got to say that Larry David bumper fits. It's fitting, and it's like there's always, every episode is another dilemma, another thing that has happened. I'm getting sick of it, though. I don't want to be Larry David. I'm very, very much sick of it. Today is National Dog Day. If you celebrate, if you have a dog, man's best friend, today is that day. Just keep that in mind, whether you care or not.
My wife's best friend, though. She said we had a dog, a Dalmatian. It almost killed her, she claims.
She's not a dog fan.
No.
Okay. There is a story in the news where up near Glens Falls, there was a dog boarding house. 21 dogs were found dead Sunday morning. Yeah, that'll be in the news, top of the hour. Let me go to Tanya J. Powers from Fox News Radio. Tanya, good morning.
Oh, that story that makes me so sad. I'm a dog person. I've always loved dogs.
And it's right now they're investigating. They don't know what happened, but that many deaths of dogs. Oh boy, it happened in a town called Argyle, New York, which is in the Glens Falls region. The Democratic National Committee kicking off their summer meeting as the party battles over identity and registration struggles. It seems to be a bit chaotic for Democrats right now.
I would say it is. The midterms, of course, are the thing that everybody's keeping an eye on right now. It is pretty far out. I mean, we got a ways to go, but the campaigns are going to get, really going in earnest probably pretty soon. And that is one of the things that, is kind of troubling to a lot of Democrats who are looking at the popularity of the party, first of all, the range of potential candidates, and the fact that there doesn't seem to be a leader, so to speak, of the Democrats right now that can kind of bring the entire party together. Because you got the further left faction, the progressive wing over here, you've got the kind of the more moderate over there, and it seems to be that there doesn't seem to be one person that has emerged that can fire up the entire group.
Yeah.
And that is one of the things that we're seeing with polling in the last several months. The Democrats are not real pleased, with their own party because there doesn't seem to be a cohesive message about, first of all, what they're going to do, how they're going to solve problems. But the other thing is there doesn't seem to be a cohesive, here's how we're going to go against some of the things that the Trump administration does that we don't like. And that seems to be one of the dividing issues that you hear over and over and over from Democrats. We hear this when we're out reporting. We hear this. We see this in polling. There's no answer, there's no urgency to some of the things, especially like immigration. That a lot of Democrats do not like how that's being handled. I mean, polling shows us that a lot of people broadly on both sides of the aisle don't like how it's being handled. But there's not only that, there's the fundraising problem. The big donors are keeping their pocketbooks shut because they don't. There doesn't seem to be a way forward with this. It's clear.
Yeah. With immigration, it's I guess it's difficult, especially because Republicans have done a great job of every time there is maybe a horrible story where an illegal immigrant in the United States commits a murder or some sort of a really bad crime. Republicans have done a great job of holding that story up and saying this is why we're against illegal immigration. And Democrats have been on the wrong side of that. The other part is they've been on the wrong side of the law in terms of being able to make communities safe, whether or not they're safe. They have appeared as the party that doesn't seem to be concerned with that, and I think that's something they've got to get past. And I know we're running out of time, Tanya, but it's going to be interesting to see how they recover for the midterms.
It will, definitely.
Yeah.
We're keeping an
All
eye
right.
on it.
All right. Thank you, Tanya, as always. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Tanya J. Powers from Fox News.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome, W295EI, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, celebrating 100 years.
The Federal Reserve governor is out. I'm Angelo Bavaro, Fox News. President Donald Trump opening a new front in the fight over America's central bank.
In a letter shared to Truth Social, President Trump says he's removing Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook from her position effective immediately. He cites a criminal referral from Bill Pulte, the director of the Federal Housing Finance Agency, who has claimed Cook falsified bank documents and property records, alleging she claimed 2 different properties were her primary residences when obtaining mortgages in 2021. In the letter addressed to Cook, the president explains, in light of your deceitful and potentially criminal conduct in a financial matter, I do not have such confidence in your integrity. Cook was appointed by former President Biden and has been serving a term that ends in 2038. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
Cook says she will not step down. She's among several senior Fed policymakers who have defied President Trump's calls for interest rate cuts. The Federal Reserve is set up to operate independently to the White House. We've seen President Trump mobilize the power of the National Guard in his plan to cut crime across the country. Well, now he's wielding the power of his pen, signing an executive order targeting cashless bail.
The EO threatens to revoke federal funding from jurisdictions that allow the practice. Critics of cash bail say it puts an unfair burden on low-income people who can't afford to pay their way out of jail. But the president says the policy allows violent criminals to return to the streets. Meantime, the president's rift with Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker is growing, suggesting he would deploy federal forces to Chicago. Pritzker is firing back. He's warning the president not to send the National Guard to Chicago like he did in D.C., saying the move would be a power grab. For now, though, the president is planning to wait to send in the troops until Pritzker asks him to.
That was Fox's Madeline Rivera. America is listening to Fox News.
Sometimes an identity threat is a ring of professional hackers. And sometimes it's an overworked accountant who forgot to encrypt their connection while sending bank details.
I need a coffee.
And you need LifeLock, because your info is in endless places. It only takes one mistake to expose you to identity theft. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Surprise! Your expenses this month were way higher than you expected! Also, you forgot to renew your website domain and now you're in a bidding war!
You should see the look on your face.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Plus, the fridge died in the break room and now everything smells weird!
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Federal officials are looking to begin deportation proceedings for illegal immigrant and alleged MS-13 gang member Keeler Abrego Garcia after he turned himself into ICE officials yesterday.
A crowd chanted outside the Baltimore Federal Building, supporting Keeler Abrego Garcia. 3 days after being released on parole, the 30-year-old walked into a scheduled check-in with Immigration and Customs Enforcement before the 8 a.m. deadline. His lawyer says within just 1 minute, Abrego Garcia was taken into custody once again. He's now being processed for possible deportation to Uganda after declining a plea deal that would have eventually sent him to Costa Rica a free man, but only on the condition of pleading guilty to federal human smuggling charges, which he denies.
Fox's David Spunt. This case becoming a flashpoint in President Trump's aggressive effort to remove illegal immigrants from the U.S. Abrego Garcia's lawyers quickly filing a lawsuit and a federal judge temporarily blocking the U.S. government from deporting him. The Democratic Party still searching for answers after last year's election defeat, kicking off their summer meetings in Minneapolis.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, who was Kamala Harris's running mate in the 2024 race, speculated about how things could have been different.
We would wake up to an adult with compassion and dignity and vision and leadership doing the work. Not a man-child crying about whatever's wrong with him.
DNC Chair Ken Martin has complained about the abuse he's taken as leader of the party. Martin tried to tap into the frustration in his party.
$10 billion. That's how much was spent in 2024. $10 billion just on our side. And yet here we are. No majorities.
In Washington, Mike Emanuel, Fox News.
Those meetings run through Thursday. I'm Angelo Bavaro, and this is Fox News.
Here's the latest from the WIBX newsroom. I'm Doug Callum. Congressman John Mannion held a back-to-school forum at Donovan Middle School last night. Several community members were in attendance with questions about the upcoming school year. Topics ranged from the State Department of Education, the cell phone ban, after-school activities, what should and shouldn't be in libraries, and even the pros and cons of drones. Check WIBX's news site for a photo gallery of last night's event. Mannion encourages those with additional education questions to reach out to his office. The death of 21 dogs at an upstate New York dog boarding facility is under investigation, according to officials in Washington County at the sheriff's office. The dogs were found Sunday at a privately owned facility in Argyle. Argyle is a town located in the Glens Falls region. The Daily Sentinel was reporting that representatives of the Poland Fire Department say Monday morning that they will fight the Poland Joint Fire District's decision, and they're working to keep their Poland Fire Agency running. Last week, the Poland Joint Fire District held their monthly meeting and voted to sever ties with the village fire department. Currently, the protection for fires will be covered by Newport and Barneveld. There were no big winners at last night's Powerball drawing. That means Wednesday's drawing is soared to $815 million. There were two $1 million winning tickets sold in Georgia and Texas. The last jackpot winning ticket drawn was in May. Should there be a winner on Wednesday, they will have a choice between an estimated $815 million prize or a lump sum payment estimated at $367.9 million before taxes. There have been 5 Powerball jackpots over $1 billion, including the largest lottery jackpot for the game in U.S. history of $2.04 billion. It was won by a single ticket in California back on November 7th, 2022. Visitors to the New York State Fair have a chance to listen to music that debuted in the 60s, 90s, and 2000s today. Herman's Hermits, starring Peter Noon, make their annual visit to the fair with a 1 p.m. performance at Chevy Court. From there, Sister Hazel takes to the same stage at 6 p.m., while Lil Jon will entertain the crowd during his 8 p.m. show at Suburban Court. Each concert is included as part of daily admission to the New York State Fair. And as part of Labor Day week, tennis fans are converging on New York City for the U.S. Open. The final Grand Slam tennis tournament of the year kicked off Sunday and will attract thousands of spectators to Flushing Meadows over the next 2 weeks. Economists say the U.S. Open is an annual economic boon, generating some $1.2 billion for the city of New York. In sports, the Yankees cruise past the Nationals 10-5 to open their series in the Bronx. Ben Rice, Jazz Chisholm Jr., and Jason Dominguez each went deep for the Bronx Bombers. New York has won back-to-back games and will continue its 3-game set tonight. The Mets blew out the Phillies 13-3 in their series opener from Queens after being down 3-0. Luis Torrens went 3 for 5 with a 3-run homer and 5 RBIs. New York has won 3 of its last 4 and will continue its 3-game set tonight. In other news, right-hander Reed Garrett was placed on the 15-day injured list. The Bills, Jets, and Giants continue to get ready for the regular season, which opens September 7th. Teams will be holding a walkthrough today before returning to their practice field tomorrow. NFL teams have until 4 p.m. this afternoon to trim their roster down to 53 active players. Syracuse University head coach Fran Brown says his team is ready to start its season. The Orange will be taking on the 24th-ranked Tennessee Volunteers in Atlanta for their kickoff game on Saturday. Brown said yesterday he's looked up to the Volunteers program for a long time and that he believes his squad can pull off the victory. SU's first home game in September is on the 6th against UConn. Rutgers gets things started when it hosts Ohio Thursday night. Army opens the season Friday night when it hosts Tarleton State. Saturday, UConn hosts Central Connecticut in the afternoon. The Liberty snapped their 2-game skid after topping the Connecticut Sun 81-79 in Brooklyn. That's the latest. I'm Doug Callan for WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
The unseasonably cool weather will continue. Some cool mornings coming up, and maybe by Thursday morning a shot at some 30s in the northern Adirondacks. Maybe a shower lingering here this morning, this afternoon. Sunshine 72. Small chance of a shower tonight, 49, even cooler in the North Country. Chance of a shower tomorrow morning. Then again, sunshine 72 with 40s at night. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic at the Weather Channel, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
All right, currently we have partly sunny skies and 55 degrees to get it all started. The Good Feet Store. People of all ages can experience any level of discomfort in the knees, the hips, the back. We call it Mark Butler syndrome.
And that's pretty accurate.
And it's accurate. But, it could all be in your feet. You gotta look at this.
Well, I went to the Good Feet store, and they helped.
They did help.
They did help.
And you did the insert process.
Yes. Yes, I did.
Where it starts with you're literally there's 3 different inserts that you put in.
Right.
And one is a strengthener, one is a maintainer, and one is a relaxer. And it really doesn't, you're just putting them in and you're just walking. It's not you get used to them very, very quickly.
Well, I misunderstood because I put the strengthener and the intermediate one aside and just put the comfort one
to the comfort one.
Yeah,
right, that's not going to probably do the trick. But they literally, you walk in, you get a free fitting and test walk, no appointment needed. It's a 3-step system, and it can change the way you feel. It can change the pain level, and in some cases, eradicate the pain. Pretty wild. And then there's Mark Butler, who it really did help you, though.
It did help.
Yeah.
It did.
It's a Good Feet Store, Commercial Drive in New Hartford. Call them if you prefer. You don't have to have an appointment. 315-999-3910 is the number. I said I would mention this. Somebody asked earlier about which is the pharmacy that will come to your workplace and do flu shots. And that's Randall's Pharmacy in New Hartford. They'll do a flu shot clinic for you. So let's say you have 20 employees, 100 employees, whatever it might be. You schedule the day. Anybody that wants to do it, everybody gets them all at once. And what you're really trying to do is to prevent a large number of people in your workplace from getting the flu at the same time. And just call Randall's in New Hartford at 315-732-1615. And that's about all I have right now. Oh, I did want to mention that the Mohawk Valley Crime Stoppers 5th annual golf outing 4-man scramble is underway Saturday, September 27th at the Shamrock Golf Course, Airport Road in Oriskany. If you want to register, you can simply go to MohawkValleyCrimeStoppers.com, email mvcrimestoppers@yahoo.com, or call Anna at 315-269-3924. There's still time to become a sponsor and support Safe Neighborhoods, sponsored by Mohawk Valley Crime Stoppers.
We're your neighbors, friends, and your family. We care about our community, your business, and most important, you.
We support charities like the United Way, McMahon Ryan Child Advocacy Center. We are the members of IBEW Local 43 and NECA Contractors. You don't just see our work, you live it. From the JMA Wireless Dome, hospitals, schools, and city buildings, the IBEW is part of the community.
Central New York's future is bright, and the IBEW Local 43 and NECA will continue to help light, power, and grow Central New York.
Hey, it's Big Al. Are you still paying full price for gas? Why? Get real cash back every time you fill up with the free Upside app. Download the free Upside app in the App Store or Google Play. Use the promo code KIDD, K-I-D-D, and start earning cash right now, today. And get an extra 25 cents back per gallon on your first fill up. Our listeners are making $200 to $300 per year every time they get gas. Download the free Upside app now. Use the promo code KIDD and get that 25 cent per gallon bonus. That's promo code KIDD. This is legit, y'all. Real people are making real cash. And you can cash out anytime you want to your bank account, PayPal, an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Don't let this offer drive on by. Download the free Upside app right now, and the promo code is KIDD, K-I-D-D, for a limited time, 25 cent per gallon bonus. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
School is almost here, and we think every kid should get started on the right feet. We've partnered with Excelis Blue Cross Blue Shield to help local kids get new sneakers for the new school year. We call it Kicks for Kids, and you can help. Help us clear the Amazon sneaker wish list. Our friends at the Neighborhood Center will help get those sneakers in the hands or feet of the right kids who need them. We only have till September 7th. Thanks from Excelis Blue Cross Blue Shield and WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Celebrating 100 years.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
Yeah, Mark and I were talking during the break. Wouldn't you, if you're at a park for kids,
yeah,
and you see some guy there and there are no kids, that he doesn't have any kids?
Well, I didn't realize he didn't have kids until
he left.
It started raining and we all left, and he went off by himself. But
does make you wonder, doesn't it? Like, what are you doing? Of all places.
Yeah.
Now, this is not a park where you can come to see the geese or the
No.
water. This is just a playground.
You're there for one purpose, and that's to keep the kids occupied. Yeah.
Well, sadly, there are some. You got to keep an eye on kids at every second. Evil people out there. Okay. Good morning. It is. I can't believe that we are a week away from everything going back to everybody going back to school. Kids are already back in college. All of a sudden, things go back to that non-summer busy time.
Well,
here we go. And your wife's in education.
Yeah.
So.
Well, on top
Although
of
she works all year long.
everything else, Bill, I have seasonal allergies. So August 15th, I can mark it on my calendar.
And it comes.
It's like a 24-hour-a-day cold until the first frost. So,
yeah.
So I'm not as sharp today as I normally am.
Well, you're pretty sharp. I mean, it's unbelievable. Davey was saying, I can't believe how sharp Butler is today. Like, wow.
Well, when I'm in the arena with a ultra-liberal, I got to be on my toes. Liberal schmibberal.
You're describing me as that. Beautiful.
Well, how do you like it?
Well, you are ultra-conservative, though.
No, I am not.
You're so far right.
Oh.
You're so far right, if you go any further, you'd be left. You're not. You're a just
middle of the road.
Normal, middle of the road, far right conservative. How about this story?
All right.
On the flesh-eating worm that has been detected in, not in his bags, in a U.S. traveler returning from El Salvador.
Is that a picture of it?
No, those are just regular worms.
Oh.
That is a picture of it.
Oh.
Yeah, and they're not all that large, but they are flesh-eating. Let me bring in Dr. Kent Hall from, well, Dr. Hall was from MVHS. Dr. Hall has retired, but he's stuck with us, and we greatly appreciate that. Doc, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good. So whenever we have a question about craziness, we're able to reach out to you, and I know that can be annoying. What do you know about the American who was infested with a flesh-eating worm? And it's apparently a very rare, first-of-a-kind case in the United States.
Yeah, so it's called it's actually the larva of a screw worm, which, just the name is really
yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, it's the first one that has been reported in the United States. It's a traveler that went from somewhere in I think it was El Salvador, and where these worms are known to exist. And so it's basically they're there, and you have to be careful. It's a parasite. It's mostly around cattle. I think we've heard about it a little bit because there's a concern that there have been some cattle in Mexico that have been infected, and that they want to make sure that it doesn't move across the border. but from a cattle standpoint. But this is the first one in the United States that has infected a person.
Yeah. And that in itself is kind of rare, right? Not just in the United States, but really in general, it's rare for it to infect a human.
Yes, it is. It is very rare for it to be in humans, but they can, they obviously it can infect it. It can infect anything that has muscle because that's what it eats. It eats the protein in the muscle. So, and obviously humans have muscles. So there you go.
This is what it is saying, and tell me if this is correct. Now I'm getting itch. I got itches. I'm scratching now. You feel, yeah.
Well, you're safe, Bill. It attacks muscle. It attacks muscle.
That's a good point.
You're out
I have no muscle.
You're out of the woods.
The parasite, the new world. It's called the New World screwworm. Eats living flesh, and typically, this is the fun part, causes death within 2 weeks from tissue damage and bacterial infections. This is not something you want to get.
Yeah.
No, it's not, and you have to understand that the fly, because what we're talking about is actually the larval form of a fly.
Yeah.
So the female fly lays eggs. They can lay, hundreds of eggs, and then when they hatch to become larvae, there's hundreds of things that are eating flesh, and so it isn't just a single thing. It's like it's a colony or a crowd that is doing it. So
and then of course you can imagine, how would this be political? Can you imagine how this gets political? Well, it has, because now all of a sudden you have people in the agricultural world saying, because of cuts to programs from DOGE and from the Trump administration, they fear they will not be able to control this. The fear is that it could hit the agriculture world and hit livestock. I find that these stories, I never know what to believe today, because if you're a victim of cuts, you're going to say the cuts are going to prevent you from doing your job. The public's in trouble. If you are a proponent of the cuts, you're going to say it was so fat, we're able to cut it down to the point where it's now lean and they can handle even better now the problems that occur. You kind of wonder which way it is in the end, and it's kind of hard to tell, Doc.
Yeah, so we're in the middle of a huge experiment with because you're absolutely right. People on both sides are saying doom and gloom. It was doom and gloom, or it's going to be doom and gloom. But the reality is, it's going to take us some amount of time, and I don't know what that time is, 6 months, a year, 2 years, before we know for sure, whether this is going to have a significant impact, positive or negative, on the government's ability to respond. So hopefully it won't be a negative impact, but there is concern, but you're also right. As soon as something happens, you get all these reports of, this is because of this. Well, it's similar to in medicine, when a single event happens, it's very difficult to say that it's because of a specific thing. It's when you get a whole constellation of things happening, and then you could say, okay, this is this happened, and then all of these things happen. So.
Okay, well, this is going to be interesting. By the way, it lays its eggs on open wounds. So if you have any open wounds, cover them now. Get out the Band-Aids. But this is where that happens in animals, really, right? In uncovered wounds, a scratch or some sort of a scrape. Or cut.
And so this is where good wound care, making sure that you wash something out, make sure that it's covered, use an antibacterial ointment to keep it from getting infected. Those are the kinds of things. I mean, this is basically just good wound care that will keep this from happening to a human being. I mean, I don't know what farmers do with cattle.
Right. I don't either. I don't think it's a Band-Aid, just to be clear. All right, Doc, very interesting, and just one of those gross you out type stories. And chances are we're all going to be okay.
I would say that we're going to be okay, that we as human beings will be okay, but as with everything else, you should still be vigilant.
Be careful, yes.
At least till after the midterm election.
Yeah, that's a political. Okay, Doc, thanks. Have a wonderful week and a great holiday. Happy Labor Day.
Yeah, happy Labor Day, and I hope folks that are going to the fair are really getting to enjoy it. We've been having pretty good weather, so that's really nice.
Yeah.
And please be safe.
All right, thank you so much. Have a great day, Dr. Kent Hall, for you there. You want to add?
Good weather. We were coming back from a wedding in Buffalo on Sunday, late in the afternoon, and on the thruway came across bumper to bumper, almost dead stop traffic for about 15 miles.
State Fair.
Well, they had the storm there, and I guess everybody was
trying to get out of there.
Yeah, so somebody in the line up ahead of the cars kept stomping on their brake, and you go a few yards, and it was just
brutal, isn't it?
Stressful. 15 miles.
That storm, which hit the State Fair, was on national news last night. And I guess it did them pretty hard. They got to the point where they had to close down entry. But then where do you go? I mean, you want to go into the buildings, and it is kind of what it is. Mark, this is from Mike this morning.
Oh.
Mark is as sharp as a butter knife this morning. Congratulations. And he also said, we need ice to remove those worms, and we'll ship them off to Uganda or Venezuela.
Well, when you said this was political, I thought it was a reason to tighten up on the border between the United States and Mexico. It was
that's right. Maybe
further proof that not letting any cows across that border.
Don't let those cows come across the border. All right, coming up, we're going to we'll update the news. And Davey, this morning we're doing Hobica's free money question of the day, and today it's going to be worth how much money?
$175. Okay.
Isn't that what we did yesterday?
No, we did $150 yesterday.
Today is a short week. I mean, this week is a short week.
Let's do $225.
$225. He just goes right up, doesn't he?
But because I know you're gonna, I knew you were gonna one up me anyway, so I one up you.
Do that. All right, so $225 is on the line. Coming up in a mere, 8 minutes. We're going to give you the chance to win Hobica's free money question of the day. $225. What's that? Oh, Butler wants to pay today. So you're winning Mark Butler's money today. All right.
Why not? Sure.
All right. Yeah, let's give it up. It's Hobica's free money question of the day. And it's worth $225. We'll do it coming up in a few minutes. Now, a couple of things here to mention. New York Sash has a $25,000 home improvement giveaway that'll be given away during their home show, which comes up after the first of the year. Now, what does that mean for you currently? You can sign up for it right now, and there's a bonus. If you sign up now and you scroll to the bottom, go to NewYorkSash.com, and then you'll see it, the $25,000 home improvement giveaway. And imagine $25,000 on windows and doors, siding, bathrooms. Their bathrooms are done in a day or two. Pretty awesome. All you do to sign up is give your name and information, and then the products that you're interested in, whether it be window, doors, siding, or bath. And then they have some check boxes that you can do, and you want to check on Keeler Show. If you do that, you will automatically, and this is just for our listeners, automatically be entered in to a contest. It'll be drawn just after Labor Day. So next week we'll know the winner, and maybe I'll even give them to draw it on the air. We'll talk to them about that. But check the box Keeler Show, and you'll be entered to win a Blackstone, a $500 Blackstone grill. I also think there's a cooler in there too, but a $500 Blackstone grill, which no purchase necessary, could be yours just for signing up. So right now, go to NewYorkSash.com, sign up. You could still win the $25,000 in home improvement, but in addition, you could win the Blackstone grill. When I have one of those, this is the newer version, and it's the deluxe. It's $500. It's a good one. From New York Sash and WIBX.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TIRE for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TIRE for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TIRE.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Here's the latest from the WIBX newsroom. I'm Doug Callum. Congressman John Mannion held a back-to-school forum at Donovan Middle School last night. Several community members were in attendance with questions about the upcoming school year. Topics ranged from the State Department of Education, the cell phone ban, after-school activities, what should and shouldn't be in libraries, and even the pros and cons of drones. Check WIBX's news site for a photo gallery of last night's event. Mannion encourages those with additional education questions to reach out to his office. The death of 21 dogs at an upstate New York dog boarding facility is under investigation, according to officials in Washington County at the sheriff's office. The dogs were found Sunday at a privately owned facility in Argyle. Argyle is a town located in the Glens Falls region. The Daily Sentinel is reporting that representatives of the Poland Fire Department say Monday morning that they will fight the Poland Joint Fire District's decision, and they're working to keep their Poland Fire Agency running. Last week, the Poland Joint Fire District held their monthly meeting and voted to sever ties with the village fire department. Currently, the protection for fires will be covered by Newport and Barneveld. There were no big winners at last night's Powerball drawing. That means Wednesday's drawing has soared to $815 million. There were 2 $1 million winning tickets sold in Georgia and Texas. The last jackpot winning ticket drawn was in May. Should there be a winner on Wednesday, they will have the choice between an estimated $815 million prize or a lump sum payment estimated at $367.9 million before taxes. Visitors to the New York State Fair have a chance to listen to music that debuted in the 60s, 90s, and 2000s today. Herman's Hermits, starring Peter Noon, make their annual visit to the fair with a 1 p.m. performance at Chevy Court. From there, Sister Hazel takes to the same stage at 6 p.m., while Lil Jon will entertain the crowd during his 8 p.m. show at Suburban Court. That's the latest. I'm Doug Callan for WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
The unseasonably cool weather will continue. Some cool mornings coming up, and maybe by Thursday morning, a shot at some 30s in the northern Adirondacks. Maybe a shower lingering here this morning, this afternoon. Sunshine 72. Small chance of a shower tonight, 49, even cooler in the North Country. Chance of a shower tomorrow morning. Then again, sunshine 72 with 40s at night. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic at the Weather Channel, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
All right, currently some sunshine out there, 56 here at 7:35. It's time for Hobica's free money question of the day. And we're looking for caller, Davey. Now we're looking at $225 on the line. And you want caller number what?
Caller number 6.
Sixth caller right now at 315-736-0186. And we'll do it coming up next at WIBX.
Utica and the Mohawk Valley, everyone knows that Labor Day is probably one of the greatest times of the year to get a great deal on a mattress, and Mattress Express's Labor Day sale is on. Now, no one else in New York State has all these brands under one roof, and right now save up to $1,350 on names like Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, Sealy, Purple, Puffy, the Smart Bed by Instant Comfort, Posh & Lavish, Simmons Beauty Rest Black, Serta Eye Comfort, and Avocado. Take up to 5 years to pay with no money down for qualified buyers. Bumps or bruises on your credit, we don't care. We've got no credit check payment plans. In Oneida, in the Glenwood Plaza by the movie theaters, in New Hartford on Commercial Drive next to Pet Supplies Plus. Take advantage of our guaranteed lowest price program. Bring in any locally advertised price on a mattress we carry. We'll beat it. See it advertised for less within 90 days after purchase. Bring it to our attention. We'll refund the difference. Go to mattressexpressny.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Hey, it's Mike Rowe, and if you want to do business with a company that actually stands for something, switch to Pure Talk. I did. Sure, I appreciate being on America's most dependable 5G network with unlimited talk and text for just $20 a month. But what I really appreciate is Pure Talk's commitment to our military and to our skilled workforce. That matters to me. Save 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say keyword Mike Rowe. Pure Talk, a wireless company that actually stands for something.
Celebrating 100 years.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
Well, they're loving Mark Butler's shirt everywhere I go this morning, and places on the radio, on our website, on YouTube message board, on the app. They love your shirt.
I'm very soigné.
You want to describe it? It's kind of like a Hawaiian leaf shirt, kind of, a little bit. All right.
Unlike
see.
the plain blue shirts.
We have, something so simple as what I'm wearing or Scott is wearing. You have color to your person. Let me go to Dwayne. Dwayne is in Ilion. Good morning, Dwayne. Good morning.
Good morning.
You ready to do this?
I'm ready.
All right. Well, I hope you're a big winner. It's worth $225. I don't think we've had a big winner like this in a while, so $225 is a pretty good win. All right, let's make it work here. This, Dwayne, is your question. I don't know if you were just listening. We were talking to Dr. Hall, and the New World screwworm has invaded America. It is a flesh-eating worm that normally does not invade humans or infect humans, but in this case, in Maryland, oh boy, like East Coast, in Maryland, it was discovered. So here is your question in regards to the New World screw worm, vaguely in regards to. All right, here we go. In 1932, John P. Thompson, who later sold his patent, invented this, which would have had a different name had he not sold it. What did he invent? Ready, go. It is kind of hard, but it's...
Yeah, no idea.
Well, it's a screw worm. Is kind of the clue. So what did he invent? He invented a screw, but there's got to be a type of screw. So which screw?
Phillips head.
The Phillips head. Yeah, it was the Phillips. So can you imagine, though, in 1932, he invents the Phillips head screw. No one had any interest in it. I mean, you ever get an old screw, like an old regular head, and you're trying to, it's so easy to strip and slip, by the way.
Exactly.
So he invents the Phillips, and no one had any interest in it. And at the time, he was calling it the Thompson. So nobody had any interest. He thought he had a dud on his hands. He sells it to Phillips, and the rest is history.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, I got a bunch to give you here. I'm going to give you tickets to the State Fair. Davey, we have four tickets to the State Fair. Can I give away tickets to this thing here, too? I have tickets to Two Cousins Pinball, Thursday, September 4th. It's next week, and Saturday, September 6th. With a $25 unlimited admission, you'll be entered to win a pair of tickets to the Broadway show Killer Queen as well. And as a special bonus, the top 10 scorers each day on the Queen Rhapsody Pinball go into a raffle for Two Cousins Pinball gift certificates. And there's no purchase necessary there. You can go to twocousinspinball.com for details. And we'll give you the $25 all-in-one food and fun card. Good at Aquavino or Babes or Chandler and the Cook or The Odd. Nexus, you name it. So stand by. You got a bunch today, Dwayne.
All right, thank you.
All prizes, when you look at all the prizes you won, it actually totals over $225. So not bad. Stand by. Davey's going to hook you up in there. Davey, Dwayne is all yours. Are you familiar with Queen, a Tribute to Queen show is coming to the Stanley Theater on September 19th. It's called A Tribute to Queen. But the Two Cousins, which is down here in the old Mazda dealership, right down here on River Road, Two Cousins Pinball, they have the Killer Queen pinball machine. So they're inviting people to come in. You could end up winning a whole bunch of prizes plus tickets to the show, and you got 50 classic and brand new, so antique and brand new pinballs to choose from if you're into pinball machines. This is just walking in alone is a pretty cool sight, and it's right here in Marcy on River Road.
Sounds great.
Okay, go to twocousinspinball.com for details. Scott Walrath in studio here this morning. I'm going to try to get you up on YouTube in a second. Scott, tell us about you. Good morning.
Oh, thank you first, Mr. Keeler, for having me on the air. Thank you, Mayor Butler. I'll have to ask you a question when I'm done. I'm going to jump right into it. My name is Scott Walrath. I was born in Rome, New York, home of the great Carl Eilenberg, Joe Griffel, and Judge Wilson. I've been very active in my church. I've been a member of the parish council, PCA facilitator, and trustee, where I focus on the finances of the church.
What church do you go to?
Well, it's sold now. It was Transfiguration. So it's being sold by ICANN.
All right.
But the facilitator part was helping the whole Rome getting involved when this was like about 7-8 years ago before they became Sacred Heart. But getting to know people who are in their own island to come together. So,
that's not easy to do.
Oh no, it's not. Oh no,
but
it's
good
not.
Practice if you're interested in being on the council.
Absolutely. I'm an 8th grade math teacher. I've been a building rep for 10 years, involved in PAC, and I also focus on the negotiations with teacher. Again, working together, with the administration on contracts.
And which district are you?
Mount Markham.
You're at Mount Markham.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
And so when I moved,
by the way, people don't realize how large Mount Markham is.
Yes.
That covers a very large rural area as well as West Winfield. Yeah.
And when I moved to Utica, like many citizens, I was concerned about the roads.
Yeah.
So I started going to South Utica Association meetings, Common Council meetings, and started getting involved. And people noticed me and said, "Hey, would you join the Third Ward Republican Committee?" So I was elected to a position, and now I'm in my second term as chairman of the Third Ward. So the big question is, why do I want to run and get involved in the political arena and get involved into the Third Ward? Number one, it's the people. People come to me and they say, "Hey, can you help cut our tree down? We call our council person and we can't get our tree down." Sure. So I'll make a few phone calls. Can you call codes? There's littering, in this area. People are afraid to call, codes. Go to the planning board meeting to look at the St. E's issue.
Okay.
So to report back.
So you're already doing the work. You feel like you're doing the work.
Thank you very. Yes, yeah. I feel. And then they asked me that, "Hey, would you step up and do it?" So I said, "You know what? I thought about it. I have the time, the effort, the heart to do this."
Okay.
And so I'm going forward. So my first issue is, number one, helping the people. That's number one, helping the people and getting things done. Having a better working common council. I think the best way to do that is go back to the committee process. And the third thing is public safety. I think that's the third issue.
Yeah.
And I hope your son gets better, but you brought up a very good point. The past couple days, people, when I've been walking around, cameras. We need more cameras in certain locations. So that's one of the things.
It's shocking that there were no cameras on the Ovalston. There should be cameras along there because you just don't know. Correct. I mean, some people feel it's an invasion of our privacy. The reality is, if something were to happen to you or your property or what have you, having that footage is a real positive.
You mentioned the skate park in the past.
Yeah.
So people too are mentioning too about speeding and things. So these are things the way that I want to help the community to go forward.
Because they would serve as deterrents.
Yes.
If there's a camera looking at you, you might not commit a little crime of some sort. Yeah. Okay. What about the roads? There was talk at one point where there was money being invested into, and there are a lot of streets in the city of Utica. It would take a long time to get all of them. But you know what? You got to take it one chunk at a time, right?
And I think by that, though, because I'm a math teacher, I was looking at making it a grid system. In South Utica, only one street was paved, and that was Farmington. Take a small section at a time. Make sure if you got to do the water and the other things, let's do that slowly.
Do the stuff underground.
Yep. So let's do that slowly. Dunham's a very bad street. I know council president lives there, and people love to walk. Kids like to ride their bikes. I mean, it's a fun area to live in, and we got to help out. But I would try to do like a grid system, so north, south, east, west, let's focus on a grid system. So this way we can get, and you tell the people, hey, this is year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4.
Mr. Butler, do you have any questions? I mean,
well, I don't have
as a mayor, you want to have a good working council surrounding you.
Right. Well, I don't have any questions, but first of all, I want to commend you for stepping forward and getting involved. I think what I'm discovering, there are just too many people that love to criticize and just sit back, but you do the work and you take care of it. So I commend you for that. It's not an easy job. But how are you going to run your campaign? Are you going to go door to door, or how are you going to do that?
Oh, I've already been doing that. I have my palm card signs and shirts. I've already been going door to door. I pretty much done all the section behind Lord's Church, Mary Mother Parish, and a different section. So I've already been walking door to door and doing this, getting the word out, and it's been very positive. I have Democratic support too. I mean, my parents, even though I'm Republican, my parents are Democrats, so I always hear my dad in the back of my...
Don't apologize for being a Republican.
Yeah. Well, I think he's apologizing for being a Democrat. So the family Democrat.
Well, my dad and I, we always would go to as we go to Syracuse, basketball games. I always hear him going down, and we always talk Syracuse coming back.
But when it comes to, this is what really bothers me when I don't want to bring in a certain council person from downtown who constantly, it's almost as if she's taking the national playbook and script.
This is a female that you're talking about.
Oh, did I say that?
Yes,
I did make that reference.
Okay.
I was trying not even to do that. Well, I'm not talking about Samantha. Anyway, I'm just saying it's almost as if she keeps talking about how the Republicans are coming after her because she stood up for the whatever. I don't see it that way in a city, especially the size of Utica. Politics are so local. We're not sitting around here worrying about conservative and liberal the issues that national politicians are dealing with, right?
Correct. I mean, this is
residents.
I'm focusing on South Utica, and that's the main thing. Like, people, it's like, hey, and that's one of the things too, is that I want to be a more visible common council person. I would definitely return your phone calls and it actually matter. And also try to get things done. I think my opponent, I don't know what legislation he's passed. I have ideas. Now, maybe I can't pass them. I don't know. But at least I'm coming to the table with several ideas to pass. I mean, that's one of the things I want to do is like, hey, I want to try to go for these ideas. One of the things is with the sidewalks. Some people can't afford their sidewalks. So maybe we can find a plan that if it's 3 years, they could fix their sidewalks and pay for it accordingly.
Will you continue to teach?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
You're not giving up teaching.
No. That's one thing I did tell people is that my job, if I don't get back to you right away, because I'm done at 3 o'clock, I'll get back to you in a timely manner. So, no.
Okay. And, as you said, you have to work there. You're working for all teachers, and you're trying to bring the teachers and the administration together. So do you feel, this Common Council seems to be a bit divided, where it's hard. I hear Joe Beatrice talking about this and Samantha talking about it. It's hard to get everybody together they don't almost like you don't want to give the other side a victory. And how do you bridge the gap there?
I do. Well, the first thing is I think we have a lot of candidates. I think this is the first time that the people of Utica and all their sections can really look at if we're going to give the mayor a chance. For 2 years, hey, give the mayor a chance. Councilman Samantha, she's been on the end of a 7-2 minority. So this is a time that we can at least give the mayor a chance to do his vision. He has some great ideas with some schools, some internships. Let's try to get some of these things done. But in terms of the people, simply talking to the people, I think I met her a long time ago at a South Utica Association meeting, many years ago. So, nice person. So I as long as I talk to you, get along, but I'm not going to do a lot of the Facebook stuff because as a teacher, you really can't do that. NICE always says that, you really don't want to do that.
Be careful
because, there's been some, younger people who've gotten hired and then of course they go to Albany and have a good time and then they get fired, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, but again, to me, talking to people one-on-one and that's the best way.
And you having a math mind, and the mayor being an engineer, you're probably the only one that can understand him. When you think of, because there is a different, right? You're able to.
Well, in his first year's budget, I got to look at. I needed him to sign a paper. And I said, he goes, take a look at this, and he was really scrapped because it's very hard. You got to take so much from the fund balance. You can only raise taxes so much because we don't have money.
Everybody understands that.
Correct.
Those numbers.
And, and I think Mr. Morehouse, that right there was he said on this show, 4.5%, and we're so behind. Right. When I went in the past, and it's like a teacher, it's like a school board, school contracts. You can only do 2%.
Right. And, you have your tax cap.
And again, when you raise it higher, of course, you need that supermajority. But for the public, if you do 0, you're behind. And we have to fulfill our obligations.
Hard as a politician, though, it's hard to say, we need incremental increases.
Yes.
It's hard to say that because people are, we want no increase. The problem is what you want to avoid is these high peaks because family budgets are the high peaks are the enemy. So if you can kind of keep, little gradual ups and downs, that's really probably the best way for school districts, the best way for municipalities.
Yeah. And,
the mayor was not afforded that.
No.
this mayor either. Scott, if this doesn't work out, I always got a part-time job in Newport working with our budget.
Okay.
Well, we need help too.
Well, yeah. Well, I do want to ask Mayor, you may have met my dad Brian at the Toastmasters, and it was so funny because he always used this one line all the time. I was like, couldn't you get some more material, you know?
Yeah.
And so he met one of the Matts, and someone asked, what's the best way to drink beer? And they go, fresh and in large quantities. So he said that joke. He said that joke all the time. We're at Fagan's in Syracuse. I said, okay, Dad, let's get some new material.
Well, I don't know. I think I've heard that out of Mark's mouth. Definitely, right? I mean,
he stole that from me.
That was stolen.
Yeah.
All right. Well, very great to meet you, Scott Walworth. Thank you for the time.
Thank you.
And let's do this again.
Sure.
All right. And good luck.
Thank you very much.
It ain't easy out there.
No. I just want to say thank for the people who did the signing of the signatures because that was done in February and March.
Cold. Yeah. Very
people
rough
don't
winter.
want to. People don't want to open up their doors.
Yeah. And also for being a teacher, that is one of those thankless jobs out there. People do not understand unless you're in a family with teachers.
And be careful with the buses coming soon.
Yeah.
That's right. It's coming next week.
Yep.
You'll be doing that. So, all right, good stuff. Good luck.
Very
Scott.
nice meeting you.
Thank you.
Best of luck to you.
We'll do a quick. Wait a minute, Lance and Lee. How come you didn't hammer him? Why didn't you hammer him? I mean, I don't know.
Hey, actually, ask Lance and Lee. What's his favorite restaurant in Lee?
Oh, that's a good question. All right. See, Scott's onto this. He knows his stuff. What is your favorite?
What is your favorite?
Well, I mean, it used to be it's now gone coastal. It used to be Swarovski's, in Rome, and there's also the Colonial Inn, what's now the Back Nine.
All right. So. Well, maybe we'll get a little tip on who Lance and Lee really is. Maybe you're Lance and Lee. Oh my God, Davey, we've got him here in studio. So. All right, good stuff.
Thank you very much.
He's not Lance from Lee.
Okay. All right. You know.
Yes,
right.
I know.
All right. Quick break. You do know.
No, I do not know who Lance from Lee is.
But you know Scott.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Scott. We'll break and come back at WIBX.
Looking to heat up your summer with a reliable ride without the brand new price tag? Cruise in to Steve Pawnee Chevrolet in Herkimer and check out their sizzling lineup of Car Bravo certified pre-owned vehicles. From sun-soaked road trips to everyday errands, all backed by a certified warranty and low financing options. Right now, qualified buyers can score hot summer rates as low as 5.9% for 72 months on top models like the Chevy Equinox, Trailblazer, Traverse, and Malibu. Don't sweat the car buying process. Their family-owned team is here to make it easy and stress-free. You'll drive away cool, confident, and covered in a Car Bravo certified pre-owned vehicle. But hurry, these summer savings are burning fast. You must take delivery by August 31st. Together, let's drive to Steve Pawnee Chevrolet, where it's always easy to do business. Visit them on State Route 28 in Herkimer or online anytime at StevePawneeChevy.com. All taxes and fees additional. Customer must qualify for top-tier credit through GM Financial. See salesperson for details.
Vanity Fair calls BritBox a delicious streamer. Collider says everyone should be watching. Catch Britain's next best series with BritBox. Stream acclaimed new originals like Code of Silence.
You read lips, right?
And Linley, based on the best-selling mystery series.
Say hi, Linley. Take it from here.
And don't miss the new season of Karen Piri, coming this October.
You don't look like police. I'll take that as a compliment.
See it differently when you stream the best of British TV with BritBox. Watch with a free trial today.
Hello, Utica. This is Carrie Paleo from the Greater Utica Chamber of Commerce. We're thrilled to introduce some of the newest members of our business network. Let's give them a true Utica welcome and show what it means to be part of this incredible community.
Love and Cupcakes Studio. Find out more at loveandcupcakes.biz. And Sprout Media. Visit sproutsocialmedia.com.
By supporting the local economy, we'll keep building the future of Utica together. Greater Utica Chamber, empowering upstate New York.
I hear it all the time, Mark. Hear it all the time. I want to tell you about Brank Construction. If you're looking at your foundation around your home and it looks like things are beginning to chip away or dissolve or erode is the word I'm looking for.
There you go.
Erosion. You need to have that repaired. You do not want to let it go. It could become a real serious problem. And Brank can help you, especially getting it done before wintertime. Might be a great idea. Or at the very least, have them come in and give you an estimate. Look at how severe they feel the situation is, whether it's old stone walls or block walls, whatever it is, they have you covered at Brank. Call them today. They'll get the job done right and right on time. Basement windows as well. No wood used because that just rots. They do a great job. Call them 315-894-3481, Brank Construction.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, celebrating 100 years.
A Federal Reserve governor removed. Gianna Gelosi, Fox News. President Trump opening a new front in the fight against America's central bank.
In a letter shared to Truth Social, President Trump says he's removing Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook from her position effective immediately. He cites a criminal referral from Bill Pulte, the director of the Federal Housing Finance Agency, who has claimed Cook falsified bank documents and property records, alleging she claimed 2 different properties were her primary residences when obtaining mortgages in 2021. In the letter addressed to Cook, the president explains, in light of your deceitful and potentially criminal conduct in a financial matter, I do not have such confidence in your integrity. Cook was appointed by former President Biden and has been serving a term that ends in 2038. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
Now, Cook says she will not step down. In just a few hours, President Trump will be holding a cabinet meeting in Washington, D.C., as he looks to continue his crime crackdown. A new report from the Washington Post says the Defense Department is drafting plans for deployment of National Guard troops to other cities.
Next on the list could be Chicago, whose mayor is unimpressed by the Capitol crime crackdown.
The president has spent hundreds of millions of dollars to arrest 9 people in D.C.
The president was quick to correct Mayor Johnson.
9 people. We didn't arrest 9 people. We actually arrested a total of well over 1,000 people.
But President Trump plans to wait to send in the troops until Illinois Democratic Governor J.B. Pritzker asks him to. Pritzker responded,
Mr. President, do not come to Chicago.
President Trump also has Maryland Democratic Governor Wes Moore saying, LOL, and keep telling yourself that, Mr. President, after the latest claim in a days-long back and forth about crime in Baltimore.
That's Fox's Peter Doocy at the White House. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker says crime is falling in his city. America's listening to Fox News.
Sometimes an identity threat is a ring of professional hackers. And sometimes it's an overworked accountant who forgot to encrypt their connection while sending bank details.
I need a coffee.
And you need LifeLock, because your info is in endless places. It only takes one mistake to expose you to identity theft. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Surprise! Your expenses this month were way higher than you expected! Also, you forgot to renew your website domain and now you're in a bidding war!
You should see the look on your face.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Plus, the fridge died in the break room and now everything smells weird!
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
President Trump wants to send flag burners to jail, signing an executive order likely to trigger a constitutional fight. Fox's Jared Halpern.
The president says individuals who burn an American flag should be sentenced to a year in jail.
Because the people in this country don't want to see our American flag burned and spit on. And by people that are, in many cases, paid agitators.
An executive order signed by President Trump requires the Justice Department to prosecute flag burning and, if necessary, pursue litigation that would challenge the 1989 Supreme Court opinion that ruled flag burning is protected by the First Amendment. The president called that decision very sad, claiming flag burning can incite riots. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
The president signed another executive order yesterday threatening to revoke federal funding from jurisdictions that continue to implement cashless bail.
Cashless bail. We're ending it, but we're starting by ending it in D.C., and that we have the right to do through federalization.
Critics of cash bail say it's an unfair burden on low-income people who can't afford to pay their way out of jail. And a race for Congress shaken up after Texas lawmakers approved a GOP-friendly redistricting plan that combines areas repped by Democrats.
Congressional Progressive Caucus Chair Greg Casar launching his campaign for the newly redrawn Texas 37th Congressional District.
But you didn't elect me to go learn the same broken playbook Democrats have used for decades. You sent me to write a new one.
The 36-year-old Kassar has represented the 35th district since 2023, but Republicans passed a new congressional map earlier this month. 78-year-old Lloyd Doggett's decision not to run spares Democrats of a bitter primary that could have pitted wings of the party against one another. Doggett was the first sitting House Democrat to call for President Biden to drop out of the 2024 race. In Washington, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
I'm Gianna Gelosi. This is Fox News.
Here's the latest from the WIBX newsroom. I'm Doug Callum. Congressman John Mannion held a back-to-school forum at Donovan Middle School last night. Several community members were in attendance with questions about the upcoming school year. Topics ranged from the State Department of Education, the cell phone ban, after-school activities, what should and shouldn't be in libraries, and even the pros and cons of drones. Check WIBX's news site for a photo gallery of last night's event. Mannion encourages those with additional education questions to reach out to his office. The death of 21 dogs at an upstate New York dog boarding facility is under investigation, according to officials in Washington County at the sheriff's office. The dogs were found Sunday at a privately owned facility in Argyle. Argyle is a town located in the Glens Falls region. The Daily Sentinel is reporting that representatives of the Poland Fire Department say Monday morning that they will fight the Poland Joint Fire District's decision, and they're working to keep their Poland Fire Agency running. Last week, the Poland Joint Fire District held their monthly meeting and voted to sever ties with the village fire department. Currently, the protection for fires will be covered by Newport and Barneveld. There were no big winners at last night's Powerball drawing. That means Wednesday's drawing is soared to $815 million. There were two $1 million winning tickets sold in Georgia and Texas. The last jackpot winning ticket drawn was in May. Should there be a winner on Wednesday, they will have the choice between an estimated $815 million prize or a lump sum payment estimated at $367.9 million before taxes. There have been 5 Powerball jackpots over $1 billion, including the largest lottery jackpot for the game in U.S. history of $2.04 billion. It was won by a single ticket in California back on November 7th, 2022. Visitors to the New York State Fair have a chance to listen to music that debuted in the 60s, 90s, and 2000s today. Herman's Hermits, starring Peter Noon, make their annual visit to the fair with a 1 p.m. performance at Chevy Court. From there, Sister Hazel takes to the same stage at 6 p.m., while Lil Jon will entertain the crowd during his 8 p.m. show at Suburban Court. Each concert is included as part of daily admission to the New York State Fair. And as part of Labor Day week, tennis fans are converging on New York City for the U.S. Open. The final Grand Slam tennis tournament of the year kicked off Sunday and will attract thousands of spectators to Flushing Meadows over the next 2 weeks. Economists say the U.S. Open is an annual economic boon, generating some $1.2 billion for the city of New York. In sports, the Yankees cruise past the Nationals 10-5 to open their series in the Bronx. Ben Rice, Jazz Chisholm Jr., and Jason Dominguez each went deep for the Bronx Bombers. New York has won back-to-back games and will continue its 3-game set tonight. The Mets blew out the Phillies 13-3 in their series opener from Queens after being down 3-0. Luis Torrens went 3 for 5 with a 3-run homer and 5 RBIs. New York has won 3 of its last 4 and will continue its 3-game set tonight. In other news, right-hander Reed Garrett was placed on the 15-day injured list. The Bills, Jets, and Giants continue to get ready for the regular season, which opens September 7th. Teams will be holding a walkthrough today before returning to their practice field tomorrow. NFL teams have until 4 p.m. this afternoon to trim their roster down to 53 active players. Syracuse University head coach Fran Brown says his team is ready to start its season. The Orange will be taking on the 24th-ranked Tennessee Volunteers in Atlanta for their kickoff game on Saturday. Brown said yesterday he's looked up to the Volunteers program for a long time and that he believes his squad can pull off the victory. SU's first home game in September is on the 6th against UConn. Rutgers gets things started when it hosts Ohio Thursday night. Army opens the season Friday night when it hosts Tarleton State. Saturday, UConn hosts Central Connecticut in the afternoon. The Liberty snapped their two-game skid after topping the Connecticut Sun 81-79 in Brooklyn. That's the latest. I'm Doug Callan for WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
The unseasonably cool weather will continue. Some cool mornings coming up, and maybe by Thursday morning a shot at some 30s in the northern Adirondacks. Maybe a shower lingering here this morning, this afternoon. Sunshine 72. Small chance of a shower tonight, 49, even cooler in the North Country. Chance of a shower tomorrow morning. Then again, sunshine 72 with 40s at night. I'm meteorologist Ray Stachik at the Weather Channel, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Hey, currently we're at 58, mostly sunny. It'll be cooler today, low 70s, as Ray says. But, boy, you just cannot beat. If you like things a little cooler, and I know that being the cool guy that you are, Mark Butler.
Well, it
you like it
without saying.
You know, if you had your choice, 72 and sunny and 92 and sunny.
Oh, 72.
72. Even
72.
82. You're going with 72.
Yep.
This is although somebody said yesterday, the warm weather's gone. No more 80-degree days. Trust me, I don't know, but I have a feeling September's going to be
Indian summer.
We're going to get some warm weather still.
Yeah.
It's still coming, but this week is pretty pleasant. Great for sleeping, right? 8:11, bunch to get to this hour, along with the mayor of Newport, New York, the one and only Mark Butler at WIBX.
Hi, folks. This is Rob Hilton. Your family is your greatest treasure. Is your estate plan ready to protect them when it matters most? At Hilton Estate and Elder Law, we understand the importance of getting it right. That's why we offer a free review of your current plan. Together, we'll assess it and provide honest feedback to ensure it truly works. No cost, no obligation, just confidence and peace of mind. Let's prepare for the future together. Schedule a free review today.
Hilton, you know the name, they know the law.
Are you living with dry AMD? If so, you could be on the road to geographic atrophy, or GA, a condition that leads to retinal cell death and permanent vision loss. But with Izervay, you can
slow it down. Get it going slower.
Izervay slows GA progression by targeting a key source of retinal cell death, which may help preserve your vision longer. Izervay, or Avastin Captid Pagel, is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. OpenPhone gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. OpenPhone lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place, so that you and your team can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? OpenPhone automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With OpenPhone's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to coach your team and level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with OpenPhone. OpenPhone. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/try and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/try. openphone.com/TRY.
Stop in to the 14th Annual St. George Mediterranean Festival, September 6th and 7th. There will be a delicious array of authentic Lebanese and Greek food and desserts. Beer and wine also available. An assortment of vendors, crafts, live music, dance dancing, and more. The 14th Annual St. George Mediterranean Festival, September 6th and 7th at the St. George Orthodox Church on 350 Higbee Road in New Hartford. A portion of the proceeds will support the Willow Network of Utica. Sponsored by Naimi Auto Group, Town Square Media, and Bill's Roofing.
Hey, Central New York, this is Will Kane of The Will Kane Show, and you can now hear my show every weekday at WIBX. I do things a little differently when I'm behind the microphone because I turn it over to the listeners to learn and really dig into the issues that impact everyday Americans. The Will Kane Show lets you keep ahead of the headlines and understand what's really going on in the world with in-depth discussions from leading experts and the brightest minds. From politics to sports, nothing is off topic. Listen to The Will Kane Show weekdays at 6, only on WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
Here we go. Couple things to mention here this morning. Mark Blask, the former mayor of Little Falls, I don't know if you saw, he was the veteran of the game. Was it the Mets game or the Yankees game? Because he's a huge Mets fan.
I think it was the
It
Mets.
was Yankees.
Oh,
you're saying
of
Yankees.
course,
Okay.
Yankees.
He was the veteran of the game recently, and then
Saturday, matter of fact.
Saturday, and then Henry Riesel is going to be the veteran of the game for an upcoming Yankees game. Oh, no, it was last night. Last night, Henry Riesel. Here's a little audio of Henry.
During that time, I served in Vietnam and was stationed at Da Nang Air Force Base. I was a Airman First Class and crew chief with the 6200 Organizational Maintenance Squadron. I worked on the B-57 bombers. I think my favorite current New York Yankee is number 22, Ben Rice. I was a fan of Anthony Rizzo's, and when Rice took his place after he was injured, I became an instant fan. Go Yankees!
All right, there you go.
Hi, my name is Henry Riesel.
I think it starts over. That's Henry Riesel. I don't know where he's from. Is he of the Riesels of Herkimer? I don't know. Wherever he is from, he is a big Yankees fan. We thank him for his service.
Yes.
And both the Yankees and Mets do this, where they have a veteran of the game. And last night, I believe, it was last night he was the Yankees veteran of the game. And the Yankees won last night, right? Yeah, Davey? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, they did.
Okay.
10-5.
You see, the Mets were down. The Mets were down 3-0 against Philadelphia, and listen, they're already 7 games behind Philadelphia. They can't fall any further. They really need to sweep the Phillies at home and go on a run. They were down 3-0. They won 13-3, 14-3,
13-3,
13-3. I went to bed when they were down 3-0.
Well, I turned the Mets
terrible.
game off. They were down 3-0, and I told you this morning. I wake up, they won.
They won big, yeah.
So the Yankees can win these next 6 games. They have Washington tonight and tomorrow, and then they have the White Sox.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go on a stretch against winning teams, Houston and Detroit after Labor Day. They need to win these games at home.
These are important wins coming up.
All 6 of those are home games?
Yes,
so
sir.
Our congratulations to Henry Riesel and to Mark Blask, both as veterans of the game for the New York Yankees. All right, we received an email on this. As we head into the middle of August, I wanted to gauge your interest in speaking with Janine Tirado. I think I say that right. She's from Utica. Her experience with a rare form of psoriasis. And this is Psoriasis Action Month. And we're going to speak with her. She's on the line right now. Hello, Janine. Good morning.
Good morning.
Did I say your last name correctly?
You really did, and my first name, which is surprising. But
well, yeah, I guessed on that, though. So, all right, tell me your story of surviving a sudden and severe GPP, which, explain that. It's rare.
It's rare. It's general pustular psoriasis. It's completely different from regular plaque psoriasis.
Yeah.
Is a form that we all know. Probably we've seen, the rashes and stuff. This is, it's blisters. They're like little pus-filled blisters, and they start to form slowly, and then all of a sudden it'll just start spreading quickly, if that makes any sense, all over your body. They're painful. It doesn't always just come with just the blisters. You get fever, body chills, nausea. You just really feel like rapid heartbeat. Like you really feel like you're need immediate attention.
So this would you say this is something like shingles?
I've had shingles. It's a.
Are you saying it's worse?
I'm saying it's worse.
Oh my God!
I believe it was worse because of the fear of the unknown.
Right.
No one was able to diagnose me right away, so I couldn't imagine what was happening.
Yeah.
You know. And then with young kids, and they're just seeing this happen all over your body. I mean, I just like shaking. You just like it's a strange feeling. It's very weird.
So this happened to you when?
This happened to me just at the end of the pandemic. So a couple, 3 years ago. Yeah.
And then how long did it take for someone to diagnose this?
Well, I did go to the emergency room here locally, and they didn't have any answers for me, and they sent me home with a diagnosis of athlete's foot.
Of athlete's foot. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
And that was a Friday, so I had to go the rest of the weekend with this. We were going to drive to Syracuse, but it just wasn't feasible. I said, go away. Maybe it's an allergic reaction. Like I had no idea. So we waited Monday. Yeah.
So then you go, then you get out of town. I'm assuming.
No,
you did not.
I did not out of town. I did not. I waited for my local dermatologist to come in Monday morning. And we called first thing as an emergency. And I don't even know if they took me as seriously as, a dermatology emergency, but it really was. Wow. And he saw me. He was able to diagnose me, and I'm so thankful for him.
So he was able. He knew right away what it was.
He absolutely did.
Wow.
Even the nurses were staring at when I walked in. They were like, "Oh my God!" Because I couldn't even walk on the bottom of my feet.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
What is? Yeah. Is there a treatment for it? What did they do for you?
They have the crisis treatment is they'll give you steroids and pain stuff, keep the fever, this and that. But in the long run, you're on a biologic, which I don't know if you're familiar with, but there's a lot of biologics out there now that can treat you. The fact is you have to find the right one. Yeah. So that's also another journey that you'd have to go down.
So you're basically trying one to see if it works?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to find one that did work?
He was able to get one, I'd say, within 3 weeks.
Wow.
I was able to, things were calming down anyway. They're supposed to watch you carefully, through this biologic, and they did. And I've been on it now, and I'm so thankful. I look at that medication, and I'm like, I can't believe how lucky I am in our small have found somebody to help me.
Now, do you? How often do you have to take the medicine?
Once a month.
Okay, once a month. So it's a. Is it a shot? Is it a pill?
Yes,
it's a shot.
It's an injection. Yep.
Okay,
yep.
And those are really easy to do today.
It sure is. You keep it in your refrigerator, and it's click, and it does it for you.
I just realized I was supposed to do mine 2 days ago for Repatha, which is for cholesterol, and it's done a tremendous job of lowering cholesterol levels. Which has nothing to do with this except for the injection is the EpiPen kind of like type injection.
Yeah.
You do right at home. You don't have to go in anymore. It's been that was a great invention.
Really.
So this though is I think the problem that most people probably have is how they will go to their doctors or go to the emergency room and no one knows what it is.
No one knew what it was.
Yeah.
It was the scariest. It's very, very scary.
And you got so lucky to have this dermatologist.
Yes, I am. I tell everybody I'm so lucky. I really am. He's a brilliant man, and I'm thankful for him.
So I have a little cheat sheet here. It says Janine can offer valuable insight and follow the following topics. And I think this works for men and women. But specifically, I want to ask first, is this just a condition that women are inflicted by, or is it men and women?
From what I've read, it can be both. I mean, there's probably some men out there. I have met one, and we have kept in touch. He lives, I think, in California.
Okay.
And we touch, just with our updates and symptoms and new things and anything on like the online that you can find, which isn't much. Let me tell you, there wasn't much to find at that point.
Yeah, I know that when I mean, we all do it, right? You have something, and you go online, you go on Facebook. There's usually some sort of a support group, which I find sometimes in these support groups you may be better off because sometimes it'll take you down the rabbit hole. But you couldn't. You had nothing. There was no one.
No, I was in the rabbit hole for sure.
Yeah. So you were searching and you were coming up with everything.
Yes, and then once you get I got the diagnosis, I was Googling that and and all those, and there was very little out there, and it is very just read potentially life-threatening, and then you're just sitting there like, oh no.
Yeah, what do I do? Yeah. Wow. But on my little cheat sheet it says, ask Janine why women should continue, and I believe this is men as well, to advocate for their health and act quickly, even after a diagnosis that doesn't feel quite right.
Yes.
You know your body.
Yes, you know your body, and I knew when I left that wasn't athlete's foot. I didn't even go fill the
Athlete's foot. Oh my God! Of all,
I didn't even.
Yeah.
I looked at my husband. I'm like, forget it. We're not selling it. Nothing. Just I was ready to just throw it out. I didn't even want to pay my copay. I'm like, please.
Yeah.
I know it.
God.
Yeah.
So, and you then pushed forward and felt that the best move was to see your dermatologist, and it turns out that was the best move.
The best move, yeah. You may feel like you're driving people crazy or whatever, but you have to figure it out because, and you know yourself more than anybody.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question? They diagnosed it as athlete's foot, but weren't the symptoms in other parts of your body? I mean, how did they come to that conclusion?
I honestly, my mouth was, I was so ill at that time. I couldn't, I think they were thinking that maybe like the fever and chills maybe were attributed to something else. I'm thinking.
It just so happens you got athlete's foot, poison ivy, and the flu at the same time. It's just, what a coincidence.
And that'll be $20.
So,
oh God.
The feeling of disgust that ride home was,
I'll bet. Like you're saying to yourself, is this what, and it's not just here, what healthcare in America is becoming. Yet it is healthcare in America that allowed you to see the light on Monday morning.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. All right. What do you want? What do you want people? And thank you, Janine, for taking the time to share your story, because, boy, this could save someone an awful lot of time to be able to know that this exists, and tip off your own doctor to say, I think this might be it. But what do you want people to know?
I want people to know that you have to do your own. You have to advocate for yourself. If it's something with psoriasis, or skin, there is so much more on the National Psoriasis Foundation website that there's pictures, there's stories, there's groups out there. There's my stories on there, my full story, from the first day up until till now. So there's a few out there now that this is coming more there's more awareness on GPP. So if you ever feel that things just aren't right, I think you're just going to have to keep persevering all over. You got to
keep pushing. Yeah. And you do feel bad for people who are more alone or don't have family members or the wherewithal to be able to dig deeper and find out something better for them. So that's why you coming out today is helpful.
Yeah, because the blisters can cause infection, which in fact can keep it in your body. I mean, there's just so many different things, and all these odd things coming out now. People have really you gotta be on top of it.
All right, it is called generalized pustular psoriasis, GPP, a rare, severe, and potentially life-threatening form of psoriasis that you would not think is psoriasis. I'm assuming.
You would. Nope.
You would never. Yeah.
Could I ask one?
You also would not think it's athlete's foot, just for the record.
A final question.
Yes.
You said you went on the internet and looked these things up. Was that of any assistance, or did it lead you in the wrong direction, or did they?
There's just like a brief. There was a brief because it was so rare that it just says, well, in rare cases. Yeah. And so would I really be me here in Utica, New York, with a rare case? I don't really think so. But so there's just a few things. There's so much more in the 3 years. They've been working really hard to, spread.
Well, you talk about modern medicine. I'm afraid one of the things that's happening is people get something and they'll just go on the internet and look it up and not go to their doctor. And
you got to go to your or your dermatologist in this case.
Yes. It did resemble shingles, so people might think that that's what it was, because it started off like that. So they're probably thinking, oh, I have this old medicine from my friend's shingles. I don't know.
I would the minute you're describing what you're describing, I would immediately think shingles.
Yeah.
And not, which can have severe cases, is way more severe than what the average person gets as well. But boy, not anything like this. This is the entire body. Oh boy.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
that's
and the bottom of the feet. Think about that. Have there been cases though that can spread to the eyes as well?
I haven't heard that yet.
Okay.
In some of the groups I'm in. Yeah. I know shingles can go up, towards that, but I don't know. I did have marks on my face, but nothing in my eyes. No.
Okay. No. All right. Well, listen, we're glad you're doing well today, Janine. That's awesome.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks for taking the time this morning.
Yes. Okay. You have a great day.
You do the same. Thank you. It's amazing, right? When you think about it, somewhere along the line, somebody found there was a cure to this disease by taking a shot every month. Somebody figured it out. Pretty cool. Pretty amazing when you think about it, and amazing that she's willing to come out and talk about all of this. Yeah. I can't imagine what she was going through.
Give her a lot of credit.
River Hills Properties continues to assist people in the area, in the region, and continues to grow. It's all about services provided. It's all about the things that they do to help people when it comes to selling their home. Extra services. I say extra. You'll go to other places around the country, and it's just normal. But here, not so much. And when we talk about the extra things, it's the little things like the lockbox. Yes, you can put a box on your door, and there's a code. So a listing agent from anywhere could just come to your home, and when you're not there in the home, use that code, pull out the key, and go in and show somebody your home. These are most likely people who've never been in the house, don't know the value of your home, probably don't even know where the light switches are. At River Hills, your listing agent would meet them and bring them in, would make sure the lights are on, would make sure the house was prepped and ready to go. That's just one of the services provided by River Hills. They have offices in Barneville, Little Falls, Utica, Copenhagen, Newport, the home of Mark Butler, Newport, New York, and coming soon to Rome. And, of course, if you're considering maybe the snowbird option, especially after last winter, the snowbird option down maybe in the Florida area, during the winter months. River Hills is now also located on the amazing Gulf Coast of Florida. Sarasota, Naples, Marco Island, some of the most beautiful places you'll see on the planet. That's River Hills. They have you covered here and there. River Hills Properties. Nobody sells homes like River Hills.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Here's the latest from the WIBX newsroom. I'm Doug Callum. Congressman John Mannion held a back-to-school forum at Donovan Middle School last night. Several community members were in attendance with questions about the upcoming school year. Topics ranged from the State Department of Education, the cell phone ban, after-school activities, what should and shouldn't be in libraries, and even the pros and cons of drones. Check WIBX's news site for a photo gallery of last night's event. Mannion encourages those with additional education questions to reach out to his office. The death of 21 dogs in an upstate New York dog boarding facility is under investigation, according to officials in Washington County at the sheriff's office. The dogs were found Sunday at a privately owned facility in Argyle. Argyle is a town located in the Glens Falls region. The Daily Sentinel is reporting that representatives of the Poland Fire Department say Monday morning that they will fight the Poland Joint Fire District's decision, and they're working to keep their Poland Fire Agency running. Last week, the Poland Joint Fire District held their monthly meeting and voted to sever ties with the village fire department. Currently, the protection for fires will be covered by Newport and Barneveld. There were no big winners at last night's Powerball drawing. That means Wednesday's drawing is soared to $815 million. There were 2 $1 million winning tickets sold in Georgia and Texas. The last jackpot winning ticket drawn was in May. Should there be a winner on Wednesday, they will have the choice between an estimated $815 million prize or a lump sum payment estimated at $367.9 million before taxes. Visitors to the New York State Fair have a chance to listen to music that debuted in the 60s, 90s, and 2000s today. Herman's Hermits, starring Peter Noon, make their annual visit to the fair with a 1 p.m. performance at Chevy Court. From there, Sister Hazel takes to the same stage at 6 p.m., while Lil Jon will entertain the crowd during his 8 p.m. show at Suburban Court. That's the latest. I'm Doug Callan for WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
The unseasonably cool weather will continue. Some cool mornings coming up, and maybe by Thursday morning a shot at some 30s in the northern Adirondacks. Maybe a shower lingering here this morning, this afternoon. Sunshine 72. Small chance of a shower tonight, 49, even cooler in the North Country. Chance of a shower tomorrow morning. Then again, sunshine 72 with 40s at night. I'm meteorologist Ray Stachik at the Weather Channel, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Currently, we have mostly sunny skies and 58. Beautiful day on the way today. Mazda's move to, that's more to move you. Sal's event is going on right now at Steve Pawnee Mazda. Ricky Z is amazing on the keyboard, but he is even more amazing when it comes to taking care of people when it involves getting into a new vehicle or a pre-owned vehicle. Right now, you can save on new Mazda leases. Enjoy 2.9% APR financing on new 2025 Mazda CX-30s and CX-5s with 1.9% APR financing on new 2025 Mazda CX-50s, 70s, and 90s. See Rick or anybody at the dealership for details. You know that Mazda finished 2024 up 16.8% in sales year over year. It's because the brand is incredible. It's a hot brand right now. And the brand is big here. Steve Pawnee Mazda. As Rick says, come in, let's make your deal on a new Mazda at Steve Pawnee Mazda Commercial Drive in Yorkville.
A couple years ago, I was in the bathroom at the airport when I dropped my smartphone in the toilet. Not smart. I was multitasking when I should have been focused on the job at hand. Embarrassing, but I'm not alone. According to Google, 7 million other multitaskers accidentally dropped their phones into the bowl last year. A gentle reminder that right now you can get yourself a brand new Samsung Galaxy A36 absolutely free with a $35 plan from Pure Talk. The A36 comes with scratch-resistant Gorilla Glass and a battery that'll last all day, along with unlimited talk, text, and data on America's most dependable 5G network. In other words, it's tough and smart. Something to think about next time you're multitasking in the necessary. Just dial pound 250, say keyword Mike Rowe to get your free phone today. You can make the switch in just 10 minutes. That's pound 250. Say Mike Rowe to switch to a no-nonsense smartphone and a company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Looking for a cool new ride and a payment that fits your budget? GPO Federal Credit Union's Summer Auto Loan Rate Drop is heating things up. Now through August 31st, enjoy rates on 2022 to 2026 models as low as 4.74% APR for up to 5 years with checking and direct deposit. Whether you're road tripping through the Adirondacks or just upgrading your daily drive, save more and stress less with GPO by your side. Apply at gpofcu.com or stop by your local GPO branch. GPO Federal Credit Union. Your journey, our commitment. Membership eligibility required. Credit restrictions apply. Loan rates are determined by overall credit history and are subject to change without notice. 0.25% rate discount is subject to checking account with direct deposit. Existing GPO loans cannot be refinanced. Promotional offer is valid now through August 31st, 2025. See branch for full details.
Hey, I want to tell you about New York Sash, homes, beauty, and comfort. Central New York's premier provider of premium windows, siding, bathrooms, entry doors. You can experience the perfect blend of style, efficiency, and lasting quality with New York Sash. Whether you want their replacement windows, which we recently had a final version of our replacement, although we have one more project that we're looking at with New York Sash and their windows, but I love them. We get their triple pane, so they keep the cold out in the wintertime, but in the summertime, it keeps that heat out and keeps your air conditioning in. And then the raised grid, so it looks like the colonial look, those raised grids on the front and the back. So inside and outside is what I'm saying. That's what we did. Recently, we had another family member do their siding. Another family member remodeled their bathroom in just 2 days, a brand new bathroom with New York Sash. And they have brand new entry doors as well. But most importantly, it's the people. They take care of you. Their people are their employees who are invested in the family of New York Sash. They are part of the family of New York Sash, and they have you covered. That makes all the difference in the world. Not independent contractors. No offense, but these are people who are vested in the New York Sash philosophy. Call them today, New York Sash, 624-7344, or you can go to their website or visit them on Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro. It's New York Sash.
Celebrating 100 years. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
I also have to say, if you go to New York Sash's website, you can sign up for their $25,000 home improvement giveaway. Windows, doors, siding, entry doors, the bathrooms. $25,000 worth of stuff. But you can also, in there, if you register, and at the bottom there's a little checkbox where you can check the Keeler Show, and it would automatically enter you right now into a drawing that happens on Labor Day for a Blackstone grill. It's a $500 beautiful, the newer version of the Blackstone grill. Love it. And there's no purchase necessary. Just go to NewYorkSash.com for details. Let me go. Stefan, you're going to have to hang on. But I have Patrick White on the line right now, and I had this pulled up here. So here's the story. This is from White's Painting and Home Improvement. A friend of mine, I'm reading from Patrick's post, a friend of mine has a son in serious medical crisis, and they're trying to raise money to help with the costs. The situation is real and urgent. And they list the GoFundMe link. And what they're doing at White's, to encourage folks to chip in, I'm offering something a little different. If you donate to this GoFundMe, I'll match your donation with a credit toward any contracting work you want done, up to $500, whether it's painting, repairs, upgrades, you name it. I'll put my skills to use and count every dollar and donate towards your project if you give to these people. And I thought we'd give them a little plug here this morning, something that Manaski found. And Patrick is on the line right now. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Keeler. Thanks for having me on. Give me the chance to spread the word about Joseph here.
So spread the word. What is the situation?
Well, Joseph is a 15-year-old boy from right here in Clinton. A few years ago, he had a stroke and had to undergo a brain surgery.
Wow.
Along with a lot of physical and emotional recovery that came along with that. He pulled through all of that and was doing well for quite a while, but recently he began experiencing episodes of psychosis that got serious enough to require inpatient treatment over in Syracuse.
Wow. So the family, in order to handle this, has a GoFundMe page. What is their goal? What are they trying to raise?
Well, the initial goal that's up there right now is $18,500. I believe the total goal is somewhere around 30 or 35.
Okay.
His mother, Sam, has been great through all of this. I've witnessed her with him. She's great, but the medical bills are high. And before Joseph can be released from the inpatient facility, they have to make some major changes to the house to create a safe and stable environment for him.
Okay.
That's where this fundraiser comes in. It's about getting him the help he needs and the help they need to make the house livable.
So explain what it is that you're doing.
Well, I'm just trying to incentivize people to give whatever they can. So what I'm doing is I'm offering to match any donation up to $500 in the form of credit toward any kind of work people need done around their house, whether it's painting, roofing, masonry, general repairs, really, you name it. I'm hoping it encourages people to donate by giving them a way to help this family in need and also getting something tangible in return for their generosity.
And then are you doing the contracting work at their home?
Yes, that is the plan.
Okay, because they need to make changes for the child. Yes. Okay, what would they search on GoFundMe?
Well, the easiest way is to go over to GoFundMe and search "Bring Joseph Back to His Loving Family." It'll be the first fundraiser that pops up there.
Okay.
But Yeah, that's the easiest way to do it. Go over to GoFundMe and search Bring Joseph Back to His Loving Family.
Bring Joseph back to his loving family. All right, it's White's Painting and Home Improvement. And, Patrick, we appreciate what you're doing out there.
No, I appreciate the opportunity to come on. Like I said, if anybody makes a donation, just give me a call or shoot me a text of the a screenshot of the donation, and I'll match it with credit towards any work. But honestly, whether you want work done or not, please donate if you're able. Joseph is a good kid from a good family, and they really could use our help right now.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for handling the publicity. Thank you.
No, it's all good. Real quick before we wrap up here, Mr. Keeler, if you guys would be willing to share this GoFundMe on your social media, it would really mean a lot. I know you got a strong local following here, and your voice, carries a lot of weight in the community.
Okay, we'll
just spreading the word a little farther could make a huge difference.
All right, I certainly agree. So, all right, good stuff, Patrick. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Keeler.
All right, have a great day. Terrible when you see somebody going through, especially a young kid, having to go through stuff like this. It's just brutal. Let's see, Davey, I got a break to take. One or two? What are you throwing at me? Okay, all right, I'll do it now. Stefan, hang on. I'm going to get to you in a second. Also, a couple of interesting stories out there. Being that it's Labor Day week, there's a lot going on. I know of one family locally that travels every year down to the U.S. Open. But you have the State Fair happening and so much more. We'll get into some of that coming up in a second. Hold tight. It's 8:50 at WIBX.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. That does give us certain advantages, for example, in experience and resources. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. If you're a guy facing divorce, remember, Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on.
518-554-0000, 100 Great Oaks, Albany.
Hey, it's Mike Rowe, and if you want to do business with a company that actually stands for something, switch to Pure Talk. I did. Sure, I appreciate being on America's most dependable 5G network with unlimited talk and text for just $20 a month. But what I really appreciate is Pure Talk's commitment to our military and to our skilled workforce. That matters to me. Save 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say keyword Mike Rowe. Pure Talk, a wireless company that actually stands for something.
Scott and Jill here from New York Sash. Business is booming, and we need more hands on deck.
That's right. We're looking for experienced installers, windows, siding, baths. If you know your way around a job site, we want to hear from you.
At New York Sash, we take pride in every project we complete because quality craftsmanship is what we're known for, and that's all thanks to our incredible team.
And when you're part of our team, you're family. That means great pay, steady year-round work, and a company that treats you right.
We offer serious perks like company-provided tools, uniforms, continuing education, paid time off, and 401k.
And that's on top of health benefits, advancement opportunities, and a supportive environment where you and your skills are valued.
Ready to take your career to the next level? Stop in or apply online at newyorksash.com/jobs.
Our New York Sash team has over 750 five-star reviews. It's more than a job. It's a career you can be proud of. Join the installation team at New York Sash.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Well, there's the State Fair. Davey, you're going to be going on Friday. There's a big, what is it, a concert you're going to?
That's the plan to go on Friday.
Okay. All right. And there's... ton of stuff going on. I want to give you the odds.
A certain someone wants to come with me that's on the line right now.
Ooh. What are the odds that the Bills or the Giants or the Jets or whatever win the Super Bowl? I want to give you that coming up in a second. First, though, Stefan, good morning. What do you need? Were you trying to get a ride to the State Fair with Davey, huh?
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe. Do you trust his driving? Is he okay as a driver?
Yeah, he's a great driver.
Yeah, sure he is. Yeah. All right, what's up, Stefan? What do you have? I know you were at the back to school hearing with John Mannion yesterday.
Yes, I was, and I saw someone you might know there, Mr. Tim.
Oh, I might know him. That is absolutely right. Yes. In fact, I believe that John Mannion called on him to answer a question regarding the lottery during the whole thing.
Yes, he did, and I was interested to hear about what the cell phone policy is going to be. And schools coming up, I'd like to know what the districts locally are doing with the new cell phone policy. Okay. And I went to school before cell phones in the 90s. I know how that was, and I think it's a good topic for kids. They're used to having cell phones all the time, but now schools are not letting them have it, and it's a big issue right now. I'm wondering how Utica's going to deal with it. New Hartford, Whitesboro, all the local schools.
All right. Well, did you find out anything last night? At least on Utica.
I heard that Utica, I think Wednesday, has a meeting at Proctor with the superintendent, and they're going to explain the cell phone policy that day as well.
All right, Stefan, glad to see you out and about and doing good things, not getting into any mischief. Okay, we'll put it that way. I like it. All right, man, have a good day.
Okay, bye, Bill, and let's go Mets.
Boy, a big win yesterday, Stefan. They were down 3-0. Big win. And, of course, for these two here, the Yankees. Okay, thank you, man. Speaking of, well, I guess I did speak about the Bills.
Yes.
You going to give him a ride?
If he asks for one, I'll take him.
Well, I think he asked for one.
But if he gets in any mischief between now and Friday,
you're not doing it.
No, I've told him that over and over and over before.
Davey, what do you think? Who do you think has the best odds right now going into the NFL season? Who has the best odds? A tie between two teams. The best odds to win the Super Bowl.
Well, Buffalo Bills are one.
Okay.
Absolutely. And I suppose you'd have to say Kansas City.
Davey?
I'm going to say the Philadelphia Eagles and Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay, so here's where we are. The answer, you're both wrong.
Wow.
You're both right with Buffalo. Buffalo is plus 600, meaning that if you were to put down a $100 bet that says the Buffalo Bills are going to win the Super Bowl, you would win $600. There's another team, the Baltimore Ravens.
Ooh.
Also preseason, are ranked as the top team to make it to the Super Bowl. The Ravens and the Bills open up Sunday, September 17th. It's the night game on NBC.
Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, Sunday Night Football.
What was that date again?
September 7th, I think, right?
Okay.
Right.
I believe. The Eagles, plus 700. They're number 2, followed by the Chiefs, number 3 at plus 850. And then to continue on, Detroit Lions, plus 1,100. Green Bay Packers, plus 1,900. If you were to put a $100 bet down before the season starts on Washington or San Francisco, and they end up winning, you'd win $2,000.
Who's the bottom of the barrel? The Jacksonville Jaguars?
I don't think I have that. You asked me that question, but I don't think I have.
Probably.
Yeah, probably the Jets.
Oh, I can tell you. No, I can tell you. I think you're the New Orleans Saints. That would pay if the New Orleans Saints win. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, if the New Orleans Saints win the Super Bowl, and you put a $100 bet down, and they actually won the Super Bowl, you would win. What do you think?
$2,400.
$40,000. That's how bad their odds are. Cleveland Browns plus 30,000. the New York Jets win the Super Bowl?
20,000.
25,000.
Jeez.
A $100 bet would pay 25,000. Yeah, that's 25,000, not 2,500. That is crazy. But the Bills and the Baltimore Ravens both plus 600. The Tennessee Titans plus 20,000. Followed by those in the range of 15,000 plus 15,000. The Giants, the Colts, the Dolphins, the Raiders, and the Panthers. So there you go. Not much of hope, at least if you're looking at this is DraftKings. If you're looking at the way Vegas is looking at it.
I like to see the odds for wins for Syracuse.
I could give that to you. I'll give that to you tomorrow because I'm out of town. But that would be big. That would be up in the $20,000, $30,000 range. Hey, we have to go.
Up in the Mega Million range.
We're back tomorrow.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, celebrating 100 years.
Expanding targets for a tough on crime agenda. I'm Angelo Bavaro, Fox News, riding high on what he says is success in D.C. President Trump is teasing National Guard troops could be heading to other cities.
The White House says there have been more than 1,000 arrests in D.C. since they began their operation on August 7th. They say among those who were arrested, 6 were known gang members. They also say 2 missing children have been found and more than 100 illegal guns have been seized. The White House touting these figures as the president cracks down on cashless bail with 2 executive orders that threaten to revoke federal funding for jurisdictions that allow the practice. All of this comes as the president considers sending the military in other cities. Top of mind is Chicago. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker says they'll use any peaceful tool they have to fight back against the deployment of the National Guard.
Fox's Madeline Rivera, the president also ordering the Defense Department to make sure each state has some troops that would be ready to deploy quickly. President Trump opening a new front in the fight over America's central bank.
In a letter shared to Truth Social, President Trump says he's removing Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook from her position effective immediately. He cites a criminal referral from Bill Pulte, the director of the Federal Housing Finance Agency, who has claimed Cook falsified bank documents and property records, alleging she claimed 2 different properties were her primary residences when obtaining mortgages in 2021. In the letter addressed to Cook, the president explains, in light of your deceitful and potentially criminal conduct in a financial matter, I do not have such confidence in your integrity. Cook was appointed by former President Biden and has been serving a term that ends in 2038. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
Cook says she will not step down. She's among several Fed policymakers who have defied President Trump's calls for interest rate cuts. America is listening to Fox News.
Sometimes an identity threat is a ring of professional hackers. And sometimes it's an overworked accountant who forgot to encrypt their connection while sending bank details.
I need a coffee.
And you need LifeLock, because your info is in endless places. It only takes one mistake to expose you to identity theft. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Surprise! Your expenses this month were way higher than you expected! Also, you forgot to renew your website domain and now you're in a bidding war!
You should see the look on your face.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Plus, the fridge died in the break room and now everything smells weird!
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Here's the latest from the WIBX newsroom. I'm Doug Callum. Congressman John Mannion held a back-to-school forum at Donovan Middle School last night. Several community members were in attendance with questions about the upcoming school year. Topics ranged from the State Department of Education, the cell phone ban, after-school activities, what should and shouldn't be in libraries, and even the pros and cons of drones. Check WIBX's news site for a photo gallery of last night's event. Mannion encourages those with additional education questions to reach out to